Well, I'm really pressed for time trying to find camp. 40 miles round trip to get gas and get... It's going to be well after dark before we... Well, we've left the Winona Scenic Tour, crossed Highway 7, and now we're on Forest Road 11. Forest Road 11 also runs east and west from Highway 7 to Highway 27. We're going to drive it, and right now it's getting kind of close to lunch, so we're looking for a spot to pull over and have lunch, and then we're going to continue down Forest Road 11. There's some things we'd like to find that I've got marked on the map. I don't know if we're going to make it today. Kind of want to get to camp early, and it's already noon, so I've blown that. Don't know if we're going to try a mountaintop campsite, or we may work our way to Lake Ouachita and try to find a camp on the lake. So we're going to continue on this. If we complete this when we get to Highway 27, that'll be over 50 miles of Forest Service roads and gravel Forest Service roads. It's been a really nice drive. We are getting a little bit low on gas. I've got another day of exploring. When we come out on 27, we're going to head to Bluebell Cafe. I want to show you, that's one of the things I wanted to show you. If you're ever in this area, the Bluebell Cafe has got an awesome hamburger. I think they make pies too. We're going to get gas there. We're not going to eat lunch there because we just had lunch, and I've got hamburgers to cook for supper. But we'll show you Bluebell Cafe, and then we'll cross 27 and continue exploring the National Forest over there. I've got a few campsites marked on that side of 27, so hopefully we'll have better luck finding a camp over there. Well, the Bluebell Cafe doesn't sell gas anymore, so instead of a 7-mile out of the way trip to get gas at the Bluebell Cafe in Story, I've got to go another 13 miles, so it'll be 40 miles round trip to get gas and get back on the Forest Service road that I was wanting to go down. So have to go a little out of the way, but hey, that's part of it out here. Well, I'm really pressed for time trying to find camp. We've been driving for an hour, and I had one spot marked. It was just a really an overgrown pull off to a dead-end Forest Service road, or gated Forest Service road. So that was a bust. I've gone down a couple of spurs that were really nothing. I've got one more spot marked on the map, and I bet we're about an hour out, so that's going to put us there around 5 o'clock or so. Well, there's a change of plan. Evidently It must be muzzleloading season in the morning, because every place that I've had marked on my research is occupied. Every one of them. There are people everywhere pretty much. And I found some places that would work in a pinch. But what I'm afraid of, like this is one here. Let me show you this one. This is there's a fire ring here, and that's a food plot. The Forest Service puts food plots for wildlife, you know, throughout the national forest, and somebody may be hunting this in the morning, so I don't want to camp here and mess them up, and I don't want to camp on a pullout that somebody's going to try to, you know, go down first thing in the morning before daylight. So what I think I'm going to do, it's about 5 o'clock now, so it's going to be well after dark before we find a place to go. Dolly's so mad she won't even look at me. So I believe what we're going to do is head back to Highway 27. That's the closest highway, and we're a ways from it. Try to get some service and find a campground. It can even be, you know, a minimum campground with just, you know, fire ring, picnic table, just some place to pitch a tent tonight and be out of the way of everybody else. The last thing I want to do is, you know, be in the hunter's way when they go out in the morning. And, you know, really, I don't want to camp somewhere where people are going to be riding through, you know, right before daylight. So that's the plan. This has been one of those days. Hey, but you just got to take it in stride and make the best of it. It's still been a good day. I've enjoyed riding around, seen a lot of beautiful scenery. Just camp has been a challenge tonight. So we're getting back in the Jeep and another drive back out to the highway and just try to find some place to pitch a tent tonight. Good morning. Actually, we are at Lake Ouachita State Park. We found a camping spot at Irons Fork Campground last night. We got there really late and just cooked supper, pitched the tent, slept, and then got up early and left. A beautiful campground, especially this morning. It was really quiet. No electric, no water, vault toilets, a really small campground. I think it had 6 sites and there were only 3 available when we got there. We picked the middle one and just used it for a place to sleep. We were close to Ouachita State Park, so I decided to swing by here. They have showers and they were super nice at the visitor center. Went in and asked how much it would cost me to take a shower without camping here, and they were super nice, and they said, well, if you'll come in and ask, it's usually not a problem, depending on, I guess, how many campers they have here. But they just don't want people using it like their personal bathroom, and I understand that. We took a little hike. I think it's a dogwood trail, half-mile. I'm gonna try to let Dolly spend some energy before I go in and take my shower, and that way she take a little nap in the Jeep while I'm showering. The plan for today is we have no plan. everything is kind of blown up so far with the hunters in the woods. What I'm gonna do is when I get my shower, we'll find a picnic table and just sit down and try to decide which way to go. You know, I've checked out one possible dispersed campsite already this morning north of Lake Ouachita, and it was okay. It would work in a pinch, but it's not really what I'm looking for, especially this early in the day. So there's deer. I didn't expect to see those deer. Kind of surprised me, 3 of them. Anyway, we may kind of head south. I'm gonna look at the map, and there's some places south of here that I haven't really explored. And what I'm thinking about now, before I look at the map, I may change my mind after I look at the map, but my original thoughts are just to kind of explore that area of the Ouachita National Forest, and if we find a really nice campsite, then we're going to park it. So as soon as I get my shower and we get into the National Forest, we are actively looking for a campsite. If we find a nice one, no matter what time it is, if it's noon or whatever, I think it's like 10 now, we're just going to set up camp and relax. Well, we think we found camp for the day. We're right off Forest Service Road 177. Hopefully far enough to keep any dust out of camp if somebody does come down that road. We're near Collier Springs. Really nice camp. Fire ring, a little bit of trash here. We'll get that picked up, and we're gonna camp out here for the day, stay overnight, and I think it's gonna be a nice, relaxing afternoon. Boy, kind of a pretty cool view of the next ridge line. Really nice camp. I'm so fortunate we found this nice campsite today. Yesterday was really a trying day. We put in a lot of miles trying to find a really nice campsite and was ready to settle for just about anything, but there's just so many hunters in that part of the National Forest that even the okay spots we did find, I'm afraid they were just going to be right in the way. When sunrise happened, people were going to try to get through our camp to get to their deer stand, so we decided to stay in the campsite last night. And we've got this place here. As trying as yesterday was, it's all worth it when you find a spot like this, you know, and that's part of exploring new areas. You never know what you're going to find. Sometimes you're going to come up empty-handed, but sometimes you find places like this. It is just beautiful here on top of a hill. Got a kind of a view of the ridge, the opposite ridge, through the trees, these cool rock formations, and I'm not sure what these trees are, but there's some trees around that are just brilliant reds and yellows mixed in with the greens. Just a really beautiful campsite tonight. So we're gonna relax, enjoy this campsite. I've started a new book, so I'm gonna relax and enjoy camp. It's been an awesome day today. Just a laid back day around camp. I took the handsaw and cut a little bit of extra firewood. We're gonna have a fire tonight and just sit around the fire and enjoy this night. It's beautiful out here. It's really quiet. I've had a little bit of traffic, mostly hunters going to and from their stands. I haven't heard a gunshot yet, so they must not be moving today. Well, I want to knock out a couple more chapters before I lose daylight. Spend a little time around the campfire, and then we're going to hit the sack. Wow, what a peaceful morning. I just couldn't resist this old logging road. The colors are starting to change. Acorns are dropping. I think we heard a few deer move through camp last night. We have some oak trees that are dropping acorns in our camp. It's just such a peaceful place here. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the video. We had to overcome some challenges early on, but we kind of changed our plans and everything worked out in the end. This is just a great find, this little camp here. I'll be back here. It's nothing special, it's just really peaceful here. Yeah. Well, we're gonna break camp and head home. Thanks for watching.